Yeah, so let's talk about, then the new architectures that are required because what is probably a given and would make sense is okay, even though this is back catalog, I think even when we were talking the other day, maybe this is your favorite movie or you just grabbed it out of the air, but it's a great movie. Let's see, what was the movie actually? Now I'm blanking out
A
on
Few
what.
Good Men.
Yeah, A Few Good
Yes.
Men. That's right. Yeah, because it's funny. When you said that, I went, oh, I haven't seen that movie in years, but it is awesome. I made a mental note, which
Yes.
I obviously forgot, but I made a mental note. I need to watch that movie again. But there's a lot of those movies and there's many that are Oscar winners and that are a part of quote unquote the back catalog. And yet the studios are, maybe willing to, they obviously do need to cut cost in terms of what it costs to prepare it and distribute it. And, just because you have to be able to do that economically for what you can make on advertising largely. But at the same time, they're not willing to completely cut the quality. So it's a real there's a little bit of a tension, right? You need to cut costs really considerably, but you still have to deliver high quality. So tell us what the workflows, where are you then having to say, hey, we really can't touch anything here because what we're doing today is like if we do that we're going to affect quality. And then where are you finding you can bring efficiencies, where that 80-20 rule, right? Where hopefully you could save 80%, but you're really only impacting quality by a much smaller percent. What does that look like for you as you're building these systems? And
well, you nailed it. Every studio, everyone we talk to, any content creator wants the highest quality. I have never had a conversation with someone who said, I don't care what this looks like.
I don't care about quality. Just give me low cost.
No one has ever said that to me. I don't think I'll ever have that conversation. Everyone wants a good experience for the users because that's what the users demand and that's what they should want. So we always start there. This is how we maintain quality. This is how we even increase quality. So, like doing translations and adding more content to make it more accessible. We've looked in dubbing and other things like that, and we're always trying to be on the cutting edge of, let's say, AI dubbing if that's something we can offer. And spoiler alert, it's not quite there yet, but it's getting there. So we're always trying to help not only maintain the quality, but make it a better experience for the users. Like create subtitles and translations for them, and do things that like that. We've done upscaling, we've done up coloring, we've done a whole bunch of workflows. We've went from 5.1 to Atmos and DTSX. So we're doing a lot that not only maintains the quality but enhances the quality. And you're right you can't compromise on quality. So you got to find better places to be efficient. And a lot of what we do is unwinding complexity. There's a lot of, I think when most people approach these problems, especially at the studios and places where there's just lots of people involved, there's usually 5 or 6 departments, right, that are all upstream and downstream, and each one has their own way of doing things.